Hey everybody, happy Friday. Today is May the 8th, and I am going to be sharing with you some cross-stitching, some knitting, a little bit of knitting, a little tiny bit of haul, and a lot of plans. So I hope you're ready. Come join me if you like. You can stitch away, you can diamond paint, you can do anything that you like. Just have a listen, and let's talk about cross-stitching this week. So, last week on episode 18, I talked about how I don't like to set plans for myself. I don't like to disappoint myself because sometimes things happen and, life gets in the way. So we can't necessarily get everything done that we want to. But my general plan for May is to start 3 new projects every week. So last week started Stitch Mania, where you start a bunch of new projects in May. I decided that I was going to start 3 projects, one on Friday, one on Saturday, and one on Sunday. And I did just that. And last week I showed you the first and the second new start. But I'd like to share with you the third start that I decided on. If you all know the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, they are everywhere. They're on YouTube, they're on Instagram, they're prolific. If there's one thing you don't know about me, it's that I like to make up words sometimes in my own head. But that's okay, we'll roll with it. And yes, I am an English teacher, but I'm out of practice. Don't judge. Anyway, I was really excited to start this stitch along. It's the Mystery Chinese Zodiac stitch along. So all we really know from the sneak peek is that there are really cute little animals and Chinese motifs. And so I decided that my third new start for last week was going to be the Chinese Zodiac stitch along. And here she is. I got the center knot finished, and I think it looks incredible. I don't know if I can get it up close, if that will bring up the stitches. My apologies. This is a 28 count Brittany Lugana even weave, and I am stitching 2/2, which means 2 strands of floss over 2 fabric threads. Essentially, that means that if you put this on Ada, it would be a 14 count. And oh wow, it looks so incredible. The fabric that I'm using for this piece, because I wasn't able to get the kit, and I was so gutted because I love getting the kits, the full kit with the needle minder and all that stuff. But this was the closest I could get, Heirloom by Pole Stitches. And it's pretty. I love the way it pops. Now with the red, this fabric is coming off a lot more, a little bit more pink actually. But I think it works. We'll see once we get those little animals on there. The first month has already dropped. So there are 3 little animals. There is the rat, the ox, and the tiger. And then in the middle of the month, I think next week, hush you. Sorry, that's Luna making herself known. Next week, I believe the rabbit, the dragon, and another animal, according to the sneak peek, should be dropping. But yeah, it's beautiful. And wow, what a meditative stitch. What a meditative stitch. It took me 3 days to stitch this. Now, one thing that I will say, and the needle minder is from my friend Jessie, who's Mislaid Pages. She has really cute needle minders. You should check her out. All the links to everything that I talk about are down below, by the way. If you press the button that says see more, and then you click the first link that has like Link Haven, that's where I keep all of my cross-stitching links. So please check that out. But these are so adorable, and they're really strong magnets. I need terribly to serge the edges ASAP, but I'm going to do that the next time that I pick it up because we're already on to week 2 of Mania, and I don't have time for that right now. I've been doing a lot of work on my diamond painting so that I can get a very eagerly anticipated video out for everyone on the channel. And so I have been blasting through that, which has been really fun, but it means that my stitchy time has been greatly reduced, unfortunately. But I I have to say that it was so relaxing to sit down with that. Now, something really, really, really bad happened to me this week. My tablet, where I mostly work from digital patterns, so my tablet is really important for my cross stitching, and especially like my Heaven and Earth design and the letters to Hogwarts, the Galaxy Unicorn, all of those things. It's very, very integral to how I cross stitch. And so I was using it and it fell off of the recliner when I got up. And basically the charger broke off inside the port. So after, suppressing the tears, I went online and I ordered another adapter, but it's going to be a few weeks before it gets here, which means that a lot of my works in progress that are my current rotation are out. I can't work on my Heaven and Earth design, and I did work on my Stitch Your Own Adventure, the letters to Hogwarts, so I'll show you that. But it's really put a wrench in things in one way, but it's also helped with mania quite a bit. Any guilty feelings I might have had are gone because I can't work on those things. So I'm going to share with you now my letters to Hogwarts and the progress that I've made. So a little bit about this project as I take it out of the Q-Snap because, you know, Rachel has to do some lifing and she didn't take it out of the Q-Snap last night. Bad, Rachel. Stitch Your Own Adventure, Letters to Hogwarts, is by a gentleman named Stuart Cunningham, and he designed a free pattern for everybody. It is a stitch along, and it releases a new pattern every 2 months. Every other month, excuse me. So you get the pattern, and then you stitch that for 2 months, and then you wait, and then it releases again. So anyway, you get me, right? You get me. Don't mind my needle minder. I'm going to just move it to the side. So, here we go. Ta-da! I have a wand. I'll bring it closer for you. It's really hard to show. Right, so here we go. This is my current progress on update on Letters to Hogwarts. I have a wand. Yay! I don't know why it took me so long to do this wand. But let me tell you a little backstory, because that's what all this is about, right? Letters to Hogwarts. I have really enjoyed this stitch along. This is, by the way, this is on craftykitten.co.uk. Her 20 count Ada in the color Flagstone, which I think works really well because it's not brown. All the outlines are brown and shades of tan and brown. So in my first piece, the letter outlines got really washed out, and now you can clearly see that they're letters, right? Anyway, I've done some modifications, clearly. I made my own little insert for the banner here. I decided to, because I'm a Slytherin, I decided to get this cute little snake that I found on Etsy. I have not finished the Quidditch thing. When I picked it up last night, I said, you know what? What is something that I could do in one night? And that was the wand. Now on Pottermore, or it's not called Pottermore anymore, the Wizarding World website is where you can go to officially be sorted and choose your wand and all that kind of stuff. On that website, my wand is a pear wand. But if you Google search pear wood, it comes out with a really light color. But on the website, I'm going to stick a picture over my face or something, or put it over here. It's actually like this stained brown look. So I'm going to bring this nice and close for you. Yeah. So this is actually a silk from Dinky Dyes, and I'm going to do some back stitching on it. I hope you could see the comparison there, but this is a Dinky Dyes silk, which I received in my Dinky Floss of the Month, Dinky Silk of the Month Club, excuse me. Silk of the Month Club from Mislaid Pages on Etsy. And this came in the first pack. This one is number 181, Antique Mauve. Antique Mauve. So I just like the variegation that is in it. It looks really good. Now my stitches, there's one stitch where there's a little bit of a fuzz picking out. I'm going to get one of those tools where you stick it through and it catches any loose end and pulls it to the back. I really need one of them. I'm going to find one of those. But yeah, I think it looks pretty cool, actually, if you ask me. Of course, I think it's cool. I was really hesitant at first, but I think it looks all right. I'm going to add some back stitching. I tried to get the handle to look as kind of like crooked as possible. And then I'm just going to do some highlights and stuff in there. And I'm really proud of it. I really like it. I think it's cool. I freehanded. Oh, sorry. That's really important. I freehanded from the two little bumps here on. That's all me. No pattern. I looked at the picture on the Wizarding World, from the Wizarding World, and I tried to kind of eyeball it and see, you know, if I could make it look as close to that picture as possible. I think I did okay. I'm pretty proud of myself. It's like, you know, there's thirds, and it's the handle is 1/3 of the size of the entire wand. Yeah. By the way, I'm having sun-brewed iced tea. Sun-brewed sweet iced tea. So, have a sip. Okay, and that is it. That is it for cross-stitching. I have not actually done any more cross-stitching. I spent 3 days on the Chinese Zodiac knot, which was super helpful. Really just helped to zone out on that one. I didn't touch any other projects, especially the projects that I need to have the digital pattern right in my face. And the reason I'm not printing them, one, because it's a lot of ink. I prefer the color pattern to a black and white pattern. And B, it's just, yeah, I don't like paper patterns. I find it really difficult to follow them, which is what's going to make this week's challenges so difficult and, well, challenging, not difficult. Okay, let's talk haul real quick, because I did get a few things in for cross-stitching. The first one was I have the new June edition of the World of Cross-Stitching magazine, which I'd like to do a flip through of next week. I love Margaret Cherry. She's so cool. It came with this bonus. It's really shiny. Sorry about that. It's plastic. It came with this cottage, and that is from Leslie Tier. And then it also came with like always comes with like a little bonus easy pattern, which is awesome. So, flip through coming soon for World of Cross-Stitching magazine. I know things are going everywhere. One of the things that I got this week was more floss. Oop, I can't see myself. More floss away bags, which was good timing. Can't even see them. They're plastic. They're clear plastic. And I got an order from artsanddesigns.com. They are located in the UK, and I was doing some digging to find some more shops to buy from. This is their card. artsanddesigns.com. And this card actually comes with all this information on the back, which I think is really, really useful. Look at that. It tells you what needle size to use. I always wonder that, and I Google it all the time. Hello, thank you. I Google it all the time. I wonder, which needle I should be using. So yeah. Now I know that I shouldn't have bought all those 24 size needles, but hey, it is what it is. It's fine. I'll get some 26s. So what I purchased from Arts with an S, Arts and Designs.com is a packet of size 24 John James, which are too big. I need size 26. And I got some specialty flosses for these patterns. Fox View and Sheep Heap from Plum Street Samplers. I went through, I don't think you can see this, but see my post-it note on each one, and I checked off. I purchased from 2 different shops, and I still didn't get all the ones I need, but that doesn't matter because it's fine. It's Mania. So we got some colors. We've got Deep Fennel from Classic Colorworks, which is so pretty. It matches my Afghan on my chair. And the dye is very subtly variegated on that one. And we have Tartan Plaid, which is a darker, almost, what do I want to say? This one is, in comparison, you can see Tartan Plaid is just a shade lighter. Then I got some Weeks Dye Works. I got Whitewash, which doesn't really look like anything. It's like if you take Blanc and Ecru and put it together on one strand. So that's going to look really cool. It'll kind of look a little antiqued or something. Then we have Parchment, which is just a pretty cream. We have Twilight, which is amazing. Love that. I'm shaking. Too much coffee, Rachel? And then Coal. It's beautiful. It's like black and gray. So altogether, these are for the 2 different patterns, so they may not all go together in the same pattern. But just so you can see. They are really nice. They are really pretty. And I know that you could kit up these projects with DMC, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm trying to support local needlework shops where I can, and I'm trying to find a good supplier for my needlework needs. So I did find a website called The Crafter's Basket, which is in Sligo. So if you are also in Ireland, please check them out. They don't seem to have very many kits on hand, probably because, honestly, I don't think cross-stitching is very popular in Ireland, but we could make it so. So that was my order from artsanddesigns.com for the Plum Street samplers that I'd like to start at some stage, maybe even for Mania, but I doubt it. I doubt it. We'll see. It's on the list. So I got that and that. Okay, and that's all the haul. Not much haul this week. I'm cutting out my sips today because I have a really loud metal straw in a glass jar. All right, let's talk about Mania plans because this is really exciting. Super exciting. I have to decide what I'm going to do on what day. I definitely know what I'm going to do for Saturday, tomorrow, the 9th, because tomorrow starts the Stiach. Stiach.com is a website from designers Matt and M. Fitzpatrick. They hold a yearly SAL, Stitch Along, and last year we did the Golden Girls. You might remember. And it was pretty silly, and I actually really liked it. And that's how I learned how to cross stitch. Please forgive my washing machine. Hold on, let me turn that up. So sorry. So my washing machine just decided to go into spin cycle, and I realized that it probably sounds like a rocket going off. My apologies. Hi, Luna. This is Luna. That's my dog. Do you want to tell them all about the Stiach? Yeah? Come here. Come on. Luna decided that she wanted to say hi too. Hi. So let's talk about Stitch. Usually they drop the pattern over several weeks, and it's a complete mystery, and nobody knows what's happening. And it's very modern. It's very kind of like meme worthy, usually. And this year they've decided to do what they want to call the Stitch alone, right? Because we have to maintain social distancing, except from our pets. And so we're doing Stitch alone 2020. They dropped they did not make it a mystery. It's going to be house, which is one of the first patterns. Not from the Stitch along, but from them. Bless this house is what it says. It has a little border. It has Hugh Laurie's face on it. And I've decided that I'm only going to stitch his face because I don't watch House and it means nothing to me. But Hugh Laurie, a floating Hugh Laurie head, yeah, I could do that. I could make an ornament out of it. It would be awesome. Okay, are you good? Are you good? I gotta reach over you and show the people. She's only a little bit needy. It's fine. Yeah, I gotta reach. Okay, here we go. So I have decided to I'm not forcing her to stay here. I'm just making sure she doesn't fall. I decided to stitch Hugh Laurie's face on this piece of Crafty Kitten Ember. And this is I believe, a 25 or 28 count even weave, a Lugana. It's got reds and blues and this kind of gray purplish tone, which I like a lot, but I didn't know what to do with. You ready to get down? No. So I've decided that I am going, stay, if you want. Well, okay, you can't see it very well. I'll stick in a picture because I have a picture because my dog wants to be all up in here. It is a range of blues. So we had to choose a color palette, and I did a little digging. I did a little researching on the Facebook group to see what other people were doing on what fabric. And then I tried a few different color variations and I settled on the teals. And well, it goes from a dark teal all the way to a really light teal. You can't have tea, you're a dog. And I think it'll really pop with the blues that are really faint on that piece of fabric, even though, you know, the face is not going to take up much space at all. I am going to do it over 2. So it's going to be pretty big, like his face will be bigger. But I'm doing that so that the quarter stitches and all that stuff are going to show up, and I'm really excited to try it. I'm really excited. There's no competition this year either. We're all doing it together, but there's going to be like challenges and stuff that'll be just a fun way to pass the time this summer. Early summer. She's such a camera hog, y'all. Do you want to just stay here? Do you want to go? What do you want to do? Yeah, you need to go. I think it's time. Not time. I love you too. I love you too. Yeah. I love you too. But you're crashing my Flosstube. Y'all. Okay, go on. I'm so sorry, Luna. I'm so sorry. I love you, but okay. It's a 28 count Lugana. So sorry. Okay, she's sitting on the floor now. It's all good. All right. let's talk about the other starts that I'd like to do this weekend. That's Saturday. I can't decide what to do today, but I have this kit. This is a gift from my friend Linda over at Linda's 144 Hobbies, and it is Miss Cherry Blossom by Mirabilia. I'll get a better picture and put it in for you because it's hard to get it to focus, and this picture is a little difficult to see details with. If you've been following me for a little while, you already know the whole saga behind this pattern, finding fabric, etc. I have this really cute little purse that I got for it that I thought would be a project bag, but it's really not at all, not even close. But it isn't it cute? They still have them on Etsy. This is from the MZ Tilda Crafts on Etsy. I have it linked in that link, the link dump. I call it the link haven, but you might call it the link dump. I have all of my floss and all of the beads in this little Ziploc baggie. And I have my fabric, which looks like a snake. I suppose since I'm getting started on it, I could take it out of its protective bits. This is called Enchanted Dawn by Heart Stitch Designs on Etsy. They are in Italy. It is a hand-dyed linen. Is it linen? Yes, this is linen. This is not Lugana. It has those bubbly bits. And it's a 50 by 70 piece of fabric. Oh, look at it. This is just going to be amazing. I know it's see-through, but as I show it off with the pattern on it, I promise I'll put something behind it. But can you see like the beautiful variation in color? I'm so excited. So, actually, is that the right side? Is there a right side or a wrong side? Don't think so. No, it looks the same. Yeah, that's linen. There's a few slubs in there that are quite big. So, any advice? But it's okay. I love it. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's so soft. I'm going to spend some time this afternoon probably serging the edges and just getting ready to be wowed by it. I can finally put it together with the pattern and get started. Y'all, I'm so excited. I was going to wait to start this until I got my scroll frames because I do want to put her on a scroll frame. She will become one of my main rotation pieces after Mania for sure. Those scroll frames are going to make it so much easier to work on her. I'm a little bit afraid of putting it in a Q-snap, but we'll see. So that is something that I'm starting this weekend. I'm like a kid in a candy shop, you guys, because I'm just so excited. And then we have, where are you? Yes. Then we have Greener Pastures by Doreen Jones. This is an entry from my World of Crossstitching magazine, which I opened a little while ago. Is this? This is April's edition. So I'm going to be doing Grazing Sheep, which I have mostly kitted up, but not completely kitted up. Again, with the Post-it notes, in my little Bags Plus bag. You can find these bags on Bags Plus on Etsy. This is a 24, 25, 28 pocket. Can't remember exactly. Not going to count. But I won this from Lollipop Stitches giveaway. Or not giveaway, auction. I outbid everybody and I got it. So I'm using this guy. I thought it was really pretty with the colors and the the flowers and everything. I'm in like two minds. I think I'm going to make a working copy of the pattern to put in here, or in the project bag, and then, you know, obviously destroy it later because I just don't want to carry the magazine everywhere. Tractor. Sorry. Living in the country. It's fun. And with that pattern, like I was looking at it, right? And there is a spot in the picture where there are no stitches, and so you can see the fabric through it. Big deal. But I mean, it's almost a full coverage. So if you look closely behind the sheep here, between the leaves and the sheep, there's a lot of open space here and in the tree, you know, under the tree here. And I did want a hand-dyed fabric for that, but I didn't have one that suited well. I had the Be Stitch Me from Brandy that I won in a giveaway, but it had like candy pink colors in it, and I didn't want to use that when only a little bit of the fabric is going to be seen. So I went over to XJU Designs on Etsy and I got a custom order. I told her I needed it to be as close to this DMC as possible with a little bit of modeling, but you don't have to go crazy. And she dyed it up within like 2 days. And look at this beautiful baby blue color. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, when I'm looking at it with the naked eye, I don't know if you can see me doing this or not, but yeah, no. There's little bits of cream in it, but like it's not a highly modeled fabric, which is perfect because that modeling would get lost very, very quickly. And I think you can see like little flecks of darker color. Maybe you can't. Around the edges. Nope. Sorry. Maybe you will later on, but I doubt it because my idea is to put it in a hoop. So that is, that's a 28 count Lugana even weave. So that, again, if I stitch it over 2, it's the equivalent of a 14 count Aida, which is perfect. And I'm starting with the lower counts because I do have one project that will happen at some point this year that I will start. The friendship sal that was between the Blue Flower, Janine at the Blue Flower, and Michelle at Bendy Stitch Designs. They made a friendship sampler together, and Heike and I are going to be doing that. And I chose a 40 count linen, and I am scared. But it's only because, you know, with these fabrics, I can see the holes, and it's fine. So, I mean, if you're an Aida stitcher, I mean, I'm an Aida stitcher. I love Aida, but I'm just trying to wrap my mind around skipping and all that stuff. It's really fun. It's really fun. It's super challenging, but it's really fun. So I'd encourage you to try the same. Don't be afraid of it. Just, you know, pick a lower number on the linen even weave scale. Definitely go even weave, in my opinion. Oh, I had to fight with linen so hard. So I bought linen for the Mirabilia because I thought that linen would look really good with the pattern. Like that the pattern, once stitched, would really pop off of linen. But there's nothing wrong with stitching a Mirabilia and Aida. Just saying. If I go out of my mind and I cannot do it on the linen, I'm going to restart it on Aida. No bother. Or on even weave or something, you know, like find what suits you and then go with it. All right. So that is all the cross stitching. That's all the cross stitching that I have for you today. All the haul and everything. Thank you for all of your thoughts and comments on the last Flosstube episode. I really enjoy when you guys comment and let me know what you're working on. And are you participating in Mania or Sania or Monogamania? Are you just giving it a miss this year? Let me know. I'd like to know. I think that it's been fun just like reaching in for new things and trying different patterns and stuff. And the Mirabilia is going to be such a challenge. So maybe I should do that today. Maybe I should start with the Mira today while I have my brain power. Tomorrow we'll do Stitch. with all of the crafty friends and the Zoom chats and the possible rum and coke. And then Sunday, I'll do a more relaxed stitch with the sheep. I think that's what I'm going to do. And then for next week, if I don't get my tablet charger, I'll probably be just working on the zodiac, because these patterns are printed. I have the first page of the words. I have the first release pattern printed for this project, so I could stitch the animals, and I can work on the Harry Potter one, because I did print a lot of that pattern for the introduction. So that's why I worked on the wand, and then I could work on the swirls, etc., etc. And I know that I could open up a laptop, or I could look at it on my phone. But you know what? For me, it's an excuse to work on fewer projects and enjoy my mania. So that's where I'm going with it. It's like the universe telling me, keep going and doing what you're doing. Okay, let's get into knitting. So as you know, I'm really enjoying my knitting. And last time I told you guys that I was going to rip out the baby blanket that I had started, the Bernat Staggered Squares blanket. I'm not doing that anymore. It's too much counting. So I went ahead and I purchased a pattern that I've been looking at. It was in my favorites for a long time on Ravelry, and it's called the Northeasterly. Just the word Northeasterly. I'll have it linked. And it is beautiful. Essentially, I went out and I purchased some new yarn. This is just like a cheap, and I say cheap because, you know, it was dollar store stuff. It's a 100-gram DK called Bonnie Babe, an acrylic yarn, 100% acrylic. It's white, pure white. That's why it's blowing out. And I wanted to try it on this yarn first before I started on the yarn that I purchased for the project. And this is what it looks like so far. Of course, there, I'll have to turn it a little bit sideways because it is white. Should have known better. But I think I'll keep the white in with it as we go along so that there's a little bit more variation. Essentially, the colors that I'm using are blues, shades of blue. Do you see these two balls here? Those are the lighter shades, and then I have two darker shades as well. So I think I probably showed those on Flosstube a few episodes ago. I don't remember exactly the number, but it would have been in the haul. So if you've been here, you probably remember. I went ahead and I purchased some straight needles. These are 3 3/4 millimeter straight needles for this project because the circulars were driving me crazy with only this much on the needle. And to be honest with you, these are a little too long too. What I'm looking for now, and maybe you can help me, especially if you are in Europe or the UK, what is a good brand of interchangeable needles? You know, the ones where you can change the end part so that you can either put on a circle, keep them straight, whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Interchangeable needles, you know what I mean? I'd like to get a set of needles in probably both straight and circular eventually, because I am really liking knitting. I like it a lot more than I thought that I would. I'm going to be honest. And what's really annoying me now is that I'm finding that whenever, let's say, I find a pattern and I like it, and then I stitch it up and I don't like it, then I want to start a new pattern and I might not have the needles for it. So because they're not available, and then I have to wait 3 weeks to a month at the moment to get my new needles in. That's what I'm trying to do. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Northeasterly has begun. And the beginning of it is kind of messed up, but it's okay. It's fine. It's whatever, you know. These are my stitch markers I'm using, which I think I can't remember exactly what the shop was, but it was on Etsy, and I have him linked. He's in Ireland, so I wanted to purchase from an Irish seller. And the replacement needles came in for my cowl, Into the Bloom cowl. This is a Knit Pro Symphony needles, 3.5 millimeter. The first ones that came in were broken. They broke right at the end of the metal bit there. So these are pretty because, I mean, they're wooden needles and they've got this rainbow coloring to them. I'm sure you've seen them online. They intrigued me, so I purchased some. And this is just the 60 centimeter, I think it's 24-inch length. Hush you. My husband is going to fill up the petrol for the lawnmower because today is such a beautiful day. And y'all, I took 2 Claritin and I did the nasal spray, so I'm good. It's not getting me today. Anyway, yes, those came in and they're not broken, thank goodness. So I can redo the little part at the top, the ribbing part at the top of the cowl. Long story short, I did it in the wrong size and I have to rip it out and do it over, but that's okay. Okay, and then, so I started that one. I did not make any progress on my cowl at all, but haul. So you guys remember, I am a part of the Curio Yarns Witcher Yarn Club for 6 months. I signed up for the 6-month club because at the time it was just after Christmas and I had just watched all these wonderful Flosstubers share their advent calendars and I really wanted one. So I looked up advent calendar yarn Etsy, and the first few ones that came up, they were pretty expensive and they weren't shipping until this Christmas. And I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for that investment yet. I mean, I would be now, but I wasn't really sure if I wanted to pay that far in advance for a club. You get me? So y'all need to save your money if you want to join the Advent thing. So what I decided to do was I joined the Witcher Club, and the first month we had Yennefer of Vengerberg, who is one of the main characters. If you've never seen the Witcher TV show, wow. I mean, if you like fantasy, you're going to really like it, I promise. It's a bit weird, but it's really good. And if you want the full story, please either read the book, listen to the audiobooks, or play the video game. Video game is great. That first month was Yennefer. The second month was Geralt. Geralt of Rivia. He is the main character. She is the other main character. And he is... Oh, do you know the actor who played Superman? Mm-hmm. With long silvery hair and golden eyes? Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. I'm married, but I'm just saying. I have a weakness for men with long hair, but we're not going to talk about that. And then... We're really not going to talk about that. And then this month is Ciri. Ciri is the other main character of the show. She is the Wonder Child, I suppose. I'm not going to give it away, but holy cow, look at those speckles. And it is so pretty. It's not even focusing. Focus. Don't focus on me. Focus on the yarn. Nope. Wow, look. Really, camera? Okay. Just stunning. So, if you're interested in joining the remaining 3 months of the Witcher Yarn Club, please check out CurioYarns.com. Curio, C-U-R-I-O, yarns with an S.com. I have her linked because she's awesome. Ellie, thank you. They're beautiful. And I know they don't really, like, I was planning on doing something with all the colors all together. And now I'm not so sure. I really think I'm going to incorporate them into other projects and like have them be that highlight color. So thank you for putting into yarn what I found in the series, the game, the books, and everything. Love it. I feel like such a nerd, but I love it. And I can't wait for more. And I can't wait to see what you do for Christmas as well. And that's it. That is all. I have been so busy, y'all, that I wish I could incorporate it all in, have it come off well in a Flosstube video, but I know my hyperactive energy is not for everybody, and that's fine. Sometimes I'm really chill, sometimes I'm not, but I do my best. And today I'm really excited because Stitch Mania is here, it's the weekend, it's a beautiful day, and I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna go for a walk and take Luna out down to the river. There's this beautiful little pathway. If you ever come to Ireland, if you ever come around here and you stop near Carsavine or something, just message me. Tell me you're on the way, we'll meet up for coffee, and I'm gonna take you around the town, we'll see all the things. It's a beautiful spot. Obviously, that's a long way away, but just saying, I'm here. And I love it when people come and I can show them all the beautiful things. So I'm gonna go enjoy the beautiful outdoors, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. It's gonna be a great one. We'll make it a great one. And again, if you have any suggestions, please let me know down below. I'd really appreciate it. So I'll see you all next week. Take care, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye!